Now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, like the commercial?
Yep.
Yes?
I don't know what happened.
Let's see.
It was on. No.
You know, I'll go. Are we hearing me? Tell me if you're here. I thought this might happen. There's going to be problems. Hello. Hello, yeah, that was Mike. For everybody who wanted to see Mike. Just make sure that there's sound. Yes, okay, good. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's start over. Welcome, I'm glad you're here. Okay, so yeah, today, that might be how today goes. So if you're impatient, you might want to duck out, I guess. So on several days ago, my dad had a stroke. He lives here in town. It hasn't been good. He's in the ICU. We're taking care of him, but I have been there pretty much nonstop, sleeping there. So I'm running on a few hours of sleep over several days. Mike is there a lot. We weren't going to go live, but I thought Mike and I could use a break. My mom is there. Lila and Ken will be there with her too, and my dad. Sorry. Mike has been there. We thought it would be nice to go live today as just a good distraction because we've been there nonstop, and my dad and my mom are watching from the hospital. So hopefully, as long as the internet there was working. So we'll be okay. We're taking good care of him. So you know. So I'm going to tell you a few things. I'm going to apologize right now, ask for some grace because I'm running on very little sleep. I think I've slept maybe 4 hours in the last over 48 because I'm sleeping in there with them. But I thought this would be good for me, a nice distraction. So I have not planned what I'm doing today. We're winging it. But I thought that it would be fun because you could help me decide what to do. Just as long as you give me grace about the old brain working well here today, because I'm just a little distracted, but I want this. You all know how much what we do is creative therapy. And I thought it would be a good thing to enjoy this. All right, so that's the story. Thank you. His name is Bob. If you want to include him in your prayers, your thoughts, your good vibes, whatever you do, we'd appreciate it. Okay. Oh, good. Yes, we'll be good. We'll be good. So I had planned to do a live today with the new Pinkfresh release because Kinnery from Pinkfresh, she's the owner of Pinkfresh, said that there's a lot of special offers going on, and I'm a big fan of ways to save money, especially right now. So I'm going to share those first. Then I'm going to show you a bunch of products that we could play with, and you can help me choose. And you'll just it's kind of like choose your own adventure with card making. I will try to do my best to share as many techniques and tips along the way, and hopefully end up with a card at the end. Okay, so that's where we are. My mom is really good at taking care of my dad and talking to him to the point that he wants to go to sleep. She's keeping him company. So she's with him right now. Okay, so first, before I show you the different products and you can help me choose what I'm going to do, Mike will be doing, when we get to that point, there'll be like a poll at the top of the chat. So you can vote for things that you want me to use and help me decide. And I think it'll be really fun. We've done this before. Usually I kind of have some ideas in mind and I've looked at the products. I haven't done that really, but I thought this was better than nothing. As far as I saw Joanne say making cards for the nurses, I assure you, Alyssa, Brittany, Rob, what?
Is it Carolyn
Cheryl, John, Brady, and
Ben.
Sonica and Ben will all get cards from me. And tomorrow the entire ICU floor is going to get lunch. Talk about heroes. That's all I got to say. So you know I'm a big fan of teachers, and now even more than ever, I'm a big fan of nurses. What they do, I can't comprehend how they do it. So I will make cards for nurses. I have some.
Gonna get a card. Dr. Osei.
Yeah, the doctor too. The doctors. Somebody said, "Will you post the cards you make?" Because I want to give them cards while they still remember who we are. I'm just taking some cards that I have, some of my special cards. One of them is like a fold-out house card. That's what I'm going to give the nurse today, and I'll put in a gas gift card. I thought, who doesn't need a gas gift card? And then tomorrow we'll do lunch. Yes, so those are heroes for sure. So don't worry, I spoil them. Okay, so first let's talk about the special offers right now that Pinkfresh has. Some of them are just things they have going on, and one is a really great exclusive offer for us. I know, Victoria, you're one of my favorite ICU nurses. I started talking to you when you were thick in the COVID thing. I admire you. Then I will show you the products. You can help me vote, and then we'll start creating. So first, let's go through the offers. Mike, just throw one of the offers up there. All right, first off, this is the exclusive offer just for you all. And it is through April 21st. Through April 21st, if you use the code J McGuire, you can get 20% off all ink pads, ink cubes, and re-inkers. You all know that I'm a big fan of Pinkfresh inks. I'll be using them today. Their colors are like jelly beans and the happiest colors out there. So this is a great time to try them if you haven't. I will mention today some of my favorite colors if you want to try any. And the re-inkers are included in that. So 20% off exclusive for all of you. That's one thing. What's next?
Let's see.
Mike's pulling it up. There we go. This is the biggie too. Right now, you get a free die with every order. And that is through the 21st as long as supplies last. And you get to pick which free gift you get. The first one is up on the top left. That is actually both of them. They're diagonal striped dies, but you can see they're a little bit different. These are for slimline cards. So this is a big, big die. Now, even if you don't make slimline cards, you can use a portion of it on your card, like just a strip going across it, or maybe make a flap on your card. So these are great dies even if you don't do slimline. And those are free with any order. What you need to do is a pop-up should show up. I think it says there's a pop-up before that will come up before checkout. And you can choose which of those and it'll add it to your cart and no code is needed. And that's while supplies last. It's a great, generous free gift offer with any order. So even if you just wanted to try one ink pad, you could get this free die, and it's definitely worth it. So that's one. The next one, all of this is at the top of the YouTube description, by the way. Okay, this is just a sale they have going on right now through the 17th. They're having 25% off their standalone dies. I have a link to all of those below. That's a very generous offer. I've used their standalone dies many, many, many times in videos. They have great, easy to use standalone dies. Some of them are layering. So that link is below. And then I think there's one more.
There's the clearance.
Oh, okay, clearance. So they have 75% off their clearance section. So that link is below also, and that's while supplies last. And there's everything from scrapbooking supplies to stencils to hot foil plates to dies and more in that. So that is linked below. And then do you have the class thing?
Yeah.
Okay, now this is something I wanted to mention because I think the registration is going to close soon. This is a class event that is coming May 17th and 18th. I'm one of the teachers, and this is a Cards for Him event. I always hear people having struggles with creating masculine cards or cards for guys. That's what this entire event is about. I have 4 cards, 2 that I'll teach and 2 make and takes that will share creative ways to use the supplies that are included in class. It is just a great, it is just a great, I'm sorry, I have to check my text because of my dad. So it is a great class. I have seen the the cards folks have done. They're amazing. I love, especially Yana's cards are incredible. The products are geared for like traditional masculine style cards, but you definitely could use them for lots of things. And that's what I'll be showing in class, is how you can stretch them for a lot of different occasions. So highly recommend this one because of how unique the products are. So we're talking about a class that really doesn't have a lot of, I don't think there are flowers. Everything is non-floral. So if you, oh, did I mean stencils and not dyes? Did I think I put, maybe I put it in the, I meant to say 25% off stencils. I'm sorry if I said dyes. Read what's on the screen. That's more reliable than me these days. So anyways, this event, I know they're going to close registration soon, and I recommend it. The really good products in it, really versatile, because you could use them for a lot of occasions. You can use them for masculine or feminine cards or whatever. So that is linked below also. Bonnie asked, can you see the products? I'm going to tell you if you can see the products before you sign up. I think if you go to the class link below, you don't see the products, but you can see sneak peeks of some of the cards included in the class, which will give you an idea of the products included. My sneak peeks aren't there, but you'll see some of the other ones. And this is all in the YouTube description below. So you can come back here. So all of the information I just shared is right at the top of the YouTube description. However, I think what's really helpful is, as always, at the top, right at the top of the YouTube description is a link with the word live in it. If you click that, it'll open to a new window, and there it has pictures and information on all those ways to save. And then below that are thumbnails for all the different products I talk about. So everything is there that you can find in that live page. Someone said they did on their YouTube channel, on Pinkfresh YouTube channel, they did an unboxing so you could see all the products there. So I would give that, check that out. All right, just look in here to see if there's anything else. So that, again, all of that is in the description below. And Brianne, my ride or die, is here. She's my link ninja, and she will share links as we go. So just watch for Brianne Loveland. I think you can all see a little tool, a little wrench next to her name. That means that she's one of the moderators. So she's really good about finding all the links. What was the other thing? Oh, and Brianne, thank you for that super chat. You know what I'm going to do with that super chat? I'm going to go down. I hope my coach isn't here anymore. I'm going to go down to the coffee shop at the hospital and get another one of their amazing white chocolate covered pretzels. Aren't they good, Mike?
Yes, they are.
They're very good. And they're really overpriced, and I'm going to buy one with that super chat. Thank you so much. I think I saw another one. Was there another one, Mike?
Yeah.
Donna, thank you. Oh, Donna, thank you. I will add it to the nurses. For sure. You know what I was going to do? I was going to take the nurses like a giant box of donuts, and then I found out they're all doing like a health challenge, like a Biggest Loser challenge. So I am not doing that. I'm doing, my coach actually helped me find catering that is healthy around here. So they're going to get some healthy. Oh, Jana. Hey, everybody's adding to the, maybe we'll do 2 days of meals for them. Thank you, Jana. Okay, so let's look at the newest Pinkfresh. I'm going to show you all of this. It's just a few different collections, I guess you could say. And as I'm showing these, please think about which you may want to see me use. At the end, after I show you them all, we're going to do a little poll, and you can help us decide, or help me decide. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Gosh, you guys are all so kind. I'm going to spoil those nurses. You know I do. You know I do. In fact, a good friend of mine sent me flowers. I took them to my dad's hospital room, and one of the nurses who he has today really liked them. So I'm going to go buy her some flowers before I go back. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. That's a good idea, Barb. The night shift too. Okay, so let me go through these. Mike, are you going to keep track? Start setting up the poll as I go through these?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through these. There's some unique things in here, which I thought were really fun. But first, well, let's start with this one. Why not? First up, okay, yeah, good. Okay, good. So we have,
Yeah,
what?
I got a bunch of.
Oh, you all, thank you. From a nurse to a nurse. Okay, Mike, keep track of how much that is. So that, oh my goodness, you're all too kind. I will spoil them rotten, I promise. Y'all know that I will. I'll take pictures and I'll share it on Instagram. Okay, so first up we have the Good Times collection. This is something that's very different. There are clocks on here with sentiments that work really well for it, like you're a true friend through all times, grateful for every moment with you, cheers to good times ahead. And you can see the different images here and what they look like. Okay, so there is the stamp set. There are the press plates, which are all the same images. There are the coordinating dies, which would cut out either. And then there are the coordinating stencils that will color either the press plates or the stamp set. So please know that these are all sold separately. And Pinkfresh offers the different options for you to choose what would work for you, right? So don't feel like this is something that you have to get them all. You can pick and choose. These images, I think would be pretty easy to color without the stencils. So if you prefer to color, you don't need the stencils. If you prefer the better press, there's that too. Keep in mind the stamp here of the clocks and the press plate of these clocks, it's a one pass. You do those and then the die cuts them all out at once and the stencils before that will color them all in at once. So it's one of those where you don't have to cut as much. You're all too sweet. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have, that's Good Times. So Mike, the first choice will be Good Times.
Okay.
All right, so he's gonna keep track. How many choices do we get?
Many as you want.
Okay, so he's keeping track and after I go through all these, you'll get to vote. Oh, you guys are awesome. These nurses are gonna be spoiled. Maybe I'll give them a gift card for another day so that they can order it as they want. Oh, gee, thank you, all of you. Oh my goodness. Those nurses, I tell you, I can't thank them enough. Holy moly. Patience of a saint. Okay, next up we have the Plumeria. Is that how you say it? It works for me. This is the beautiful stamp set. Now what I like about this is that the openings are big, so you could actually do techniques in that. So you could blend different colors together. You could actually use like a detailed stamp over it to give some texture. You could use a sponge over it, lots of different things. You guys, are you gonna keep track, Mike?
Yeah, I'll try.
We'll have to do it afterwards. We'll have to add them up. Thank you all. Gosh, you're wonderful. Okay, so.
They're gonna be set up for it.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil them rotten. I like that, I like that. So this is just one large image. There's missing your smile and thank you, friend, and hope to see you soon. There is a press plate, and I think this press plate would be wonderful. Okay, so just beautiful, simple image, and you could do a lot with it. This is the coordinating die, and then the stencils that allow you to add the coloring and the details. Hi, Dana. So this one, I think there's fun inking techniques. So inking techniques over a stencil work best when the openings are larger. So like, let's see, like these flower openings are bigger than like say, hold on. Like for this one, which I'm going to show you in a minute, the openings for the flowers on the stencils are tiny. So you can't really see much ink through them or much technique to them, but this one you could stamp over it, you could lay a stencil over it. There's a lot of different things. Same with the leaves because the openings are a bit bigger. So this one, I think you could probably do some inking techniques. I have an idea for doing this, a very simple resist that you can do with pretty much any cardstock. So this is one option. You know what? For all of us who are struggling right now with the world, and, you know, look at the goodness and the people doing all this for nurses they don't know. Wonderful. Can you stencil with the press plate or no because it's depressed? You definitely, Kay. All of these, the stencil will line up with the press plate or with the stamp set. So yes, definitely you can. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, next up, I love a good butterfly. I love a good butterfly. This is beautiful. This is the Butterfly Bliss. Kind of a unique style to those butterflies. So for the stamp set, you would stamp all of these at once. It's one big image. And then the die cuts them all out at once. So you don't have to line up each one. There's also the press plate, which has all the same images as a stamp set. I really liked this one that says Hello Lovely.
What's that named? Which one's that?
This is the Butterfly Bliss. I liked this Hello Lovely because of the two style fonts together. Then You Mean So Much to Me, Forever Appreciative, which I don't have a sentiment that says that, and You're Amazing. The press plate has those same sentiments. Hi, Kathy Z. French fries do not have calories. I've checked with my coach. He agrees with me. Okay, so this is a stencil set that coordinates, so you can kind of see what they look like. So you could do some fun things with this too. I think you could do a lot with this. And then, of course, the dies. So this is Butterfly Bliss. Did you get that one? I gotta say, I'm a big fan of butterflies. Butterfly Bliss. Brianne, thanks for adding those links there. My link ninja. I got to hug Brianne this weekend. Oh, I should have pulled out the video or the picture of Brianne and I so everybody could see it. I might do that later or in the next live. Thank you, Rebecca. Okay, so this is the blue bonnet Bliss. Yeah. So this does beautiful flowers. And although they're probably supposed to be blue, I think you could do lots of different colors. You could have like a rainbow of them curved across a card. Wouldn't that be fun? And then chop the edges off?
Yeah.
You don't like that idea, Mike?
No, I'm just being sassy.
Mike's being sassy. My dad is sassy, and it's funny because we dish it back and forth, and the nurses dish it to him too. Okay, so this is the Blue Bonnet Bliss. You can do hard things. May your day be full of joy. Your true blue friend. Oh, that's nice. You could do blue flowers. True blue friend. All right. Missing you. There are coordinating stencils to color it in. There's a press plate that's the same as a stamp set, so you could use either. Jesse said French fries are important for happiness. Okay, I'll get some French fries tonight. I'm not getting them at the hospital though.
They have. I was just gonna say they have them because I've seen people with them. So
we'll go get some good ones, and I'll take some to my dad when he can eat them. Okay, so this is the die. So you have different options here. You guys are all too much. I can't wait to add this up and see what else we can do for all of these fine people.
It's ready.
No, we have one more. One more. Oh my goodness. Okay. So here we have the Beautiful Soul. So this has two like dainty images that you can cut, that you stamp together and it cuts together. Jennifer's code. Oh, did I write it wrong in the... Mike, can you check? It says I might have written the date wrong for my code. Yes, I did. In the description and on the live page. Can you change it? Yeah, I'm going to change it. Okay, so this is the Beautiful Soul. Old friends are the best friends. I like this. Gentle thoughts of you. That's sweet. For a beautiful soul. And there you can see the beautiful images. I like that they're curved because you can put them on a circle or on an oval element, which I'll show you some of later. The press plate includes all the same images. And one thing I really like about what Pinkfresh is doing with press plates is they're including the sentiments. So you don't have to... A lot of press plate sets only include the images. So if you liked any of the sentiments, you'd have to get the stamp set. But this is something that you could do either way. And then there's a coordinating die set to cut that out. If you're late coming in, we're spoiling the nurses that are taking care of my dad. Oh my, is it at $844? I don't know how to add it up. Oh my gosh. If it adds up to that much, I could give them each like because I was planning on doing the food anyway. I could give them each a gift card. And a card with a gift card.
Like an Amazon thing or anything, yeah.
We'll give it to maybe, I think gas is a good thing to do right now. Or to our local pizza joint who has salads. Anyway, okay. Standalone die sets. These, you don't need to put these, Mike, on the poll. I will incorporate one of these likely no matter what because I really like them. So we have the double stitched elongated oval and the double stitch circle. Now I'm a big fan of ovals lately. Oh, a mini massage. Oh, brought in a massage therapist and you could get a mini massage. Oh, that's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
I like that idea. The nurse that he has right now is, I think I can ask her a lot of these questions to see what she thinks is best. All right, so I'm really liking this kind of oval. Notice it's not like a typical oval. It's like this, it's rounded at the top and the bottom and long on the sides. And I just feel it fits an A2 card panel very nicely. So this is one I probably will use today with anything else. But this is, Mary, I did ask, they are allowed to receive gift cards. I did ask that. This is one I'll probably use no matter what. This one will probably go into my cabinet door on the magnet strips that I have in there because I will use this one a lot. Now the circle is great too. It's got the double stitching on the inside, which is so much better than just a plain circle. Okay, so I'm not gonna have you vote for these because I'll probably incorporate them no matter what. All right, so Mike,
yes.
Go ahead and put up a poll.
All right.
I'll give you, yep, go ahead.
All right.
So what's the first one on there? Just like
Good Times.
Good Times is the clocks. What's next?
Plumeria.
All right, the Plumeria,
Butterfly Bliss.
Butterfly Bliss.
And Bluebonnet Bliss.
Oh, you missed the Beautiful Soul.
What?
Yeah, well, it's okay. We won't use Beautiful Soul because he missed it. That's okay. So here's the 4. We could do the Good Times, which has the clocks, the Plumeria, which has the beautiful big flower that I think we could do some inking techniques. The Butterfly Bliss, I'm a big fan of butterflies. And I have kind of an idea of something I could do with that. I have ideas for actually both of these. And then the Bluebonnet Bliss. So Mike has put a poll at the top of the chat. So you choose which one you want. I'm not going to make everyone happy here, which is difficult for Jennifer, because Jennifer is a people pleaser. However, that's just how we're working today. That's how we're working today. Yeah, I like this massage chair idea. I actually have a friend who is a medical massage therapist. Maybe that would work. I have to think about that. Okay, so those are, Deborah wants a beautiful skull. I think he meant beautiful soul. Thank you, Tracy. Okay, so yeah, that's okay. I'll use a sentiment maybe from that one. I'm trying to see. Okay, so everybody vote. Good Times, Plumeria, Butterfly Bliss, and Bluebonnet. All right, it looks like butterflies. All right. All right, we're doing butterflies. I probably will incorporate something else, okay? Just to you know, use as much as possible. All right, now let's think. Okay, so, let me think here. Let me show you, I'm gonna show you, well, no. Give me a moment, because now I gotta think about it. Think about what I'm gonna do. Would you rather see a fun, unique gatefold card? Mike, you can do another choice. I'm gonna use the butterflies. Would you rather see a gatefold card, like a unique gatefold card, not just your plain one? It'd be really special. Or would you rather see a hold on. I have 2 gatefold card ideas, so I don't know how you're going to vote for either. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to try to do both. Never mind, you don't have to vote. I'm going to do 2 gatefold cards. Mike's like, what? We have to get back there. Okay, I'm going to do 2 gatefold cards. The next question. Should I use the stamp set or the press plate? So let me know. Stamp set or press plate? Now, keep in mind, Mike's going to put the poll up. If I use a press plate, you could do the same exact card with the stamps. It would look the same, you just would have a stamped image instead of the pressed in image. If I use a stamp, you could do the same with the press plate. So if you want to learn more about press plates, this is a great option because it shows you how to use these, but you could also just use the stamp set if you prefer. All right, so go ahead and vote for which. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the press plate stuff out because it looks like that is the winner. Thank you guys. I will let you know. I'll let you know in the next live what I end up doing, and also I'll put it in Instagram. I'll be sure to show you all. I'm excited. This will be fun. These nurses have no, oh, look at this. I left some plates in here. These nurses will have no idea what's coming to them. One of my favorite nurses was named Cheryl, and she was an ex-military nurse, and she was like all business. She was so good. Night nurse too. That's hard. But the nurse right now, her name is Sanika. Sanika? Beautiful human. Just so sweet. Okay. So press plate. We're going to do press plate. All right. I'm not going to worry about a sentiment now because we'll pick one later. I'm going to take the big butterfly image and we'll do some pressing. I'm doing multiple presses because I want to do 2 cards. And I might need multiple, I don't know. I'm gonna make 2 cards. I'll do 2 different type of gatefold cards. I don't know if I'll finish them, but we'll get the gist. How's that? The gist of them all. Okay, press plate. So here's the thing, with press plates, there is a particular cardstock that is good for it. It is the Better Press cardstock from Spellbinders. Sorry, again, I'm going on a little bit of sleep. Sherry, don't you worry. Those night shifts, they'll get spoiled. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm going on a little sleep, so just be patient with me. There is a particular paper from Spellbinders that's called their Better Press cardstock. It's a cotton cardstock, and when you use it with the Better Press, it gives a deeper impression. If you want that deep impression that's kind of like a faux letterpress, I recommend using that cardstock. I'm not using that today. I am just using plain Neenah Classic Crest Solar White. Any cardstock you want would work here. The reason I'm using the white is I just want a detailed image, and the Better Press will give you a more detailed image than the stamp any day of the week. So this isn't really about the impression, it's about getting a crisp image. All right, so there are Better Press inks, but honestly, I don't use them much. I would prefer to use Obsidian black pigment ink. This is just the black ink I always use. Any black ink would work here. You can use, a black dye ink. You can use whatever you want. This is just what I happen to use for most of my black stamping, so I use it for the Better Press. Watercolor paper also works for a deep impression, but I'm going to just do inking on this, so I'm just using a smooth white cardstock. So I inked it up. I put that top on top of it, the clear plate. Man, I can't talk today. And here we have a beautiful, beautiful deep impression, and look at the detail. It is foolproof. It is foolproof. Now this is 110 pound. You could use whatever you have, that's fine. But I use 110 pound because that's just what I use most of the time. So basically, the heavier weight cardstock you use on a Better Press, the deeper the impression will be. So I'm going to tape another one in. So this, I just tape the cardstock into these little tick marks, and then I make sure this is in between the tick marks, and I do the whole process. Mike, can you scroll for me? You can use Pinkfresh Dye Inks here if you want like a tone-on-tone look. I'm telling you, of all of the tools, can you add Better Press to the description? I don't have it in onto the link list. Of all of the tools I have ever used, the Better Press is definitely the most foolproof and easiest to use. Look how beautiful that is. And they have a lot of press plates that are very detailed. These aren't as detailed as others, but they still are quite impressive. Okay, so what was somebody asking? Can you use vellum on the better press? I think you could. I haven't, but you probably could. My dad had a stroke. I think he just wanted attention. That's my guess. What do you think, Mike?
I don't know.
Yeah. He got us all to be with him all the time. So that's what happens. Yeah, the better press is so easy to use. So easy to use. All right. So let's run this through. I saw somebody ask, if you use a cotton paper for this, can you blend over it? You can. You can. It's just harder. The cotton paper has a little more texture to it, like a watercolor paper has a little texture to it. So it might be harder to do a really smooth blend. So it really doesn't matter. I mean, you can use whatever you want, really. If you use a softer paper like a cotton paper, which is the better press paper, or watercolor paper, you're going to get a deeper impression. But here I'm not so concerned about the deeper impression. Mike, what is the sale at Spellbinders right now?
Let me see.
Wondering if the better press is on sale. All right. So the better press needs a machine. I don't know if you can use the better press with the Vagabond. I don't have a Vagabond anymore, so I'm not really sure. Maybe somebody in the comments will know. You can use it with the Gina K Intracut. You can use it with the Spellbinders Platinum, and you can use it with the Big Shot. Those are the ones that I'm certain of.
It's a warehouse sale. So.
It's a warehouse. Okay, so it's not on sale. All right, so let me clean this off a little bit. I'm going to clean that better later. There is a better press cleaner that you can use. Usually I just use water. Okay, so there we have some butterflies. Now, I probably should heat set these before I ink blend. Next, what we're going to do is choose a color palette. For the first card, would you prefer, I don't know that I'm going to get to the second card. I'm going to try, but let's do the first card first. Would you rather me do, Mike, can you get ready? Would you rather me do a rainbow of butterflies, or like, that's the first choice. The second one would be like green, blue, and purple. And the third choice would be like pink, orange, and yellow. So let me know which of those. I'm going to heat set these while...
and yellow or yellow?
And yellow. Did you fix that code in the description
Yes, I
below? Okay. In my description, I actually put that the code ended on 4/12. It's 4/21. If you refresh it, it'll fix it. All right, so if you want to vote for any of those, it's right at the top of the chat. In a moment, Mike's still loading it.
Okay.
All right, it should be in the top of the chat now, and you can vote, and I'll go with whatever the people say. I know some people are tired of rainbows. I'm fine with that. Just keep in mind, this kind of thing can be done with any colors you want. But those are the options I'm doing to get today, because I want to show you lots of the different colors from Pinkfresh. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. All right, so if you have ideas, put it at the top, or vote at the top of the chat. All right. I'm just heat setting these a little bit because it's a pigment ink. You know, I probably shouldn't have done it in this pigment ink because I fear bleeding when not bleeding, but smearing it when I do ink blending. But if that happens, I'll redo it. Okay, so you like the voting input? I hope you do. Here's the thing. I usually try to prep stuff ahead of time, but I couldn't with all that's going on. So we're winging it. We are winging it. I think I'm going to go with, uh-oh. Okay, so this is, hold on. Okay, so I think did I say purple? I got to pull a purple out. I'll show you my favorite purple. Because remember that the Pinkfresh inks are on sale right now. with my code below, 20% off. So if you've never tried them, now is a good time. Let me get a scrap piece here. I'm going to show you some of these because some of these are my favorite colors. So I want to make sure that you see what these look like. Meadow is a great, it's like a great Kelly green with a little blue tint to it. Oh, this isn't the right one. Where's my waterfall? Oh, I have it sitting out because I use it so much. This is Waterfall, one of my favorite pool colors. It's beautiful. Next is Seaside, bright blue. Hydrangea, which is like a purple with a blue tint to it. And Candy Violet, which is like a purple with a pink tint to it. These are 5 of my favorites. They also have a lot of great pink inks too, which I have used in previous videos, like the Cherry Blossom and the Raspberry Bliss. But this is a good time to try these. And keep in mind that 20% off also works on their cubes if you just want to try colors that way. But I think these are the colors I'll use today. How's that? Now I got to find the rest of it. So this is the Butterfly Bliss. I'm going to get out here. The green, the meadow is green. That's green enough. I also do often use the key lime. Let me get that out just so you can see. This is another one that I use often. I don't think I'll use it today, but that's a great green color. So the meadow, it's hard to see here, but this has got a little more of a blue tint to it. These will kind of soften as they dry. That's one of the nice things about Pinkfresh inks, and many other inks have have been designed or formulated to kind of smooth out as they dry, so you don't have problems when you stamp and it might look a little splotchy. It also makes it more forgiving on cardstocks that aren't as smooth. All right, let me see. You know what? I need the packaging, so I can kind of have an idea of the different places I'm inking. Okay, these are not going to be your typical butterflies. They are felt ink pads. I'm going to do kind of like here, where I'm just going to do different colors and different spots. These are going to be butterflies from the Crafty Fantasyland. They won't be realistic. I just want to include a lot of these colors. Okay. Yeah, if you've never tried their inks, I really like them. If you've watched my lives, Brianne will tell you, because she's seen most of my lives, I'm a big fan of these inks and I use them quite often. Let's see, how many stencils are there? Because I want to divide up everything really well. So there's 2, and then these are details, aren't they? Oops. Yeah. Hang on. Okay, so I'm going to try to include all those colors, but I don't think it's going to happen. But let's try. Let's see. I think I need smaller brushes. So I usually use my magic brushes. These are the 1-inch brushes from Pinkfresh. If you've never used them, they are fantastic. So if you wanted to get, Nada, thank you. If you wanted to get, to try these brushes, I don't know if they're in stock or not. This is a good time to try them because you can get that free gift with any order. But this is a smaller area and I want to do multiple colors, so I'm going to use the smaller Pinkfresh brushes, which are all out of order because I dropped them the other day. Let's do Meadow and Waterfall. Yeah, let's do Meadow and Waterfall. All right, give me a second here to get my bearings. So let's do Meadow at the base, because why not? All right, so let's do Meadow here. I'm putting kind of a medium application, kind of feeding the color about 3/4 of the way. It kind of fades off at 3/4 or maybe 2/3 of the way out. But I'm putting it heavy at the base of the wings. All right, Mike, were there questions while I ink?
Yeah.
And what I'm doing, you can use absolutely any inks you want. These just are fun jelly bean colors that I really, really like.
Can you stamp over a better press image?
Can you stamp over a better press image? Yeah, I don't know if you'd want to. The better press will leave a bit of an indentation, but it'll stamp right up to it. So I think that would be fine. I think it would be fine. I don't see why not. Okay, so I did meadow to waterfall. So I did heavy meadow at the base of the wings, and now I'm doing heavy waterfall at the tips, and I'm just making sure they overlap. The best way, and I'm not doing a great job because I'm frazzled. So I'm just doing kind of basic inking. You could do higher contrast with colors here, like do blue to yellow, and where they overlap, you'd get the green. But I'm trying to stay kind of in this color family, so that's what I'm doing. My ink pads need re-inking. I think I say that every time. So this ink pad holder right here, this is called the ink stand. It is fantastic. It is the tool you don't think you need until you have it, and then you don't know how you ever lived without it. Brienne, who is my moderator here, is the inventor of it. She and her husband have the patent, and I'm going to put a little key lime at the center. And they are good people. So there is a discount code in the description below if you're interested. Anybody who is here that has used, has one, will agree. It's fantastic to have. And it comes in different sizes, different shapes for different shape ink pads. This is just the basic one that works with most dye inks. All right, so there we go. Oh, I'm supposed to do multiples. Doobie-doo. Let's see. Should I do them all the same? I think I'm going to do them all the same for fear of running out of steam. Okay. Mike, question.
Yes.
I'm doing the same thing on all of these because, you know, that'll make it easy enough. I don't know how many I need. I'm going to try to do 2 cards. Maybe I'll just ink blend enough for 1 card. I probably only need 1. Yeah, I'm going to save this. I'll save this. I can come back to these. Because if I run out of steam, I'd rather... Anyway, we'll see. So let's go to stencil number 2. Now, this won't really make sense for a butterfly, like the coloring on a butterfly, but it is Magic Crafty Land where things don't matter. All right, was there a question, Mike? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. All brush sizes are currently in stock.
Let's see. Are the Pinkfresh inks foam or felt?
The Pinkfresh inks are felt, which means it's a firm pad. That's what I mostly use when I craft. But foam pads are wonderful too. They're just 2 different ones. Some people prefer one over the other, but these I find are great. They're firm felt pads that come pretty juicy, so they'll last you a long time without needing a re-inker. What's next? Hit me up with the next.
Can you use vellum on Betterpress?
I think you could probably use vellum on Betterpress. I haven't tried it. I need to try that. I think that's a good idea to try that. I'll do that in a future live. So the first color I did here was Seaside. Next I'm doing Hydrangea, which is like a purplish blue, so it'll blend very nicely. I should have done higher contrast, as I mentioned, like gone blue to yellow or pink to blue, but this is where I am. This is what I decided to do. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to do a little candy violet on the tips. I don't know that it'll show up. Oh, yeah. That's kind of fun. This is like more of a pinkish. So this is the candy violet. This one's Hydrangea. This one's Seaside. This one's Waterfall. This one's Meadow. And this one is Key Lime. You can see the difference between the Meadow and the Key Lime here. Probably not as much on camera. So Allison asked if I could show my favorite colors from the rainbow. That's a good question. I will do that. Remind me. I'll do that after I finish my butterflies. How's that? Oh, I can do some. Oh, I didn't plan for these layers, but I'm going to do it. Hydrangea. Let's do a little hydrangea at the base of this. So you can see why using a small blending brush is helpful, because you can get selective inking. You can get in, do different areas in different ways. I'm using the second stencil to kind of mask off these 2 different parts of this butterfly wing. I'm gonna put try to get some of this candy violet in here because I really like it. I promise, if I remember, I will show you the other rainbow colors. Does anybody else make something like the Better Press? You know, I've heard rumors that another company does, but I'm not sure. I don't think so. The Better Press was definitely a really great, well-designed product made by Spellbinders, and I can't recommend it enough. It works really well. And the nice thing is different companies are doing press plates, sorry. So Pinkfresh is doing, oh, wrong brush. Pinkfresh does press plates, Altenew does press plates, Spellbinders, Hero Arts, who else, Mike?
Press plates?
Those are mostly the ones I use. But it's a nice collaboration between the different companies. I like seeing the different companies work together. So Spellbinders came up with the press plates, went to some different companies and said, hey, you want to design something to go with this great machine? And that, you know, that's where it ended up, having lots of companies with them. All right, I'm not sure what I want to do here. I'm going to put some metallic over this. Mike, can you add the 3 set of metallic inks from Lisa Horton? Hang on, I'm coming back. I just gotta find silver. Okay, I'm gonna use some silver from Lisa Horton. This is a silver metallic ink. I use it often. There's a lot of different things you could do here. You could do some shine. You could skip this layer, in fact, if you wanted to. This is the body and some of the details. I'm using a Tim Holtz tiny ink applicator to add the ink. Whenever I use a pigment ink, I like to use the sponge instead of, like a foam or sponge instead of a brush. Somebody asked something about JC, I missed it. All right, so these are tiny little bits, but it will add a little bit of shine to it. Oh my gosh, you all, over $1,000 for nurses. So, I don't know, I think maybe I'll give them each a gift card somewhere. What about that? I mean, not just the nurses that I worked with, but all of them. I don't know. I'll talk to the nurse that is there tonight, the one that is really nice, and see what she thinks. But I promise you I'll do something really nice. Okay, so I just did a little bit of the silver metallic ink on top. Now this is a really bright silver. It's very saturated. You can see the shine of the silver on the cardstock here. I just did like a little bit onto the body and the details. Let me hold it up for you. I don't know that you'll be able to see the shine on the video, but you can see the bodies of the butterflies and a bit of shine on the wings. Isn't that nice? You heat set. Yeah, you can heat. I prefer to heat set. This is this metallic ink from Lisa Horton is
now you gotta say thanks to me.
Pick what? Oh, Mike just donated. Yeah. Mike.
Well, unfortunately, YouTube takes 30 seconds.
That's okay. This is wonderful. Thank you all. Thanks, Mike. Mike just adding up to it. Lisa Horton inks are pigment inks, which take a bit of time to dry. Pigment inks, here's a good way to think of it. I'll show you. Let me show you. Let me get a different pigment ink. Hold on. I want something that shows up darker. Here we go. Okay, so dye ink is one that, let me just show this because I've done this in videos many times, but it's a good refresher to share now. Hang on, get another piece of cardstock here because this one I have a mess on. We'll use it anyways. Okay, so dye ink. When you put the dye ink on your paper, it almost instantly dries. It dyes the paper. It kind of absorbs in, right? And if I take my finger to it, well, that wasn't a clean finger. If I take my finger to it, the blue does not rub off on my finger, okay? Another thing is if I take my finger and press it on here, and then just kind of, it will stain my finger. See how it stained my finger? That's because a good way to think of it is a dye ink dyes the paper. It absorbs into the paper and it dries very quickly, okay? And you can see it kind of absorbed in my finger. It's translucent. So if you're looking at my finger now, you can tell it's tinted blue, but the skin color still shows through, right? So it's see-through, it's translucent. Pigment inks sit more on top of the paper. I think of it as pigments that sit on top of the paper. So like this, if I put this on my paper, this is a titanium pigment ink. If I rub my finger across it, it will pick it up because it doesn't dry instantly. It's sitting on top of the cardstock. So in the case of a pigment ink, you want to dry it or let it dry before you do much else with it. Heat set it or let it dry. Now, I'll also show you, if I put my finger onto a pigment ink, see how it turns my finger entirely that color. It's more opaque. You can't see through it as much. So it really turns, like I could use that on a colored cardstock and that color won't show through. And watch this, since it sits more on the surface, it cleans off better than the dye. So the dye ink kind of dyes into the paper, absorbs. The pigment ink sits more on top of it and you need to heat set it. I will take care of physical therapy and speech therapy and floor drain. I'll get everybody. I asked how many employees were on the floor, so that's what I'm going for. Okay, so that's a little, the reason I showed you that. What do you use to get the dye off my fingers? Nothing, I just wait for it to go away. So yes, that little bit of silver, I'll go ahead and heat set. Or you could just leave it and give it time to dry. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, Kelly, good way to say it. Dye ink is dry and pigment ink is paint. That's a good way to think of it. So dye ink will dry right away. Pigment ink sits on top kind of like a paint. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Their coffee machine is old and doesn't make great coffee. Wouldn't it be nice if I did like a really nice coffee machine with tons of coffee? I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll let you all know what I do. Okay. So that's good to go. I might go in and add some more detail with like a white gel pen. Who knows? Yes, occupational therapy. I liked it because the occupational therapist walked around with the physical therapist. They were like a little team. I will get everybody, don't worry. All right. I don't want this to move since I spent all that time, so I'm going to put some tape on it, even though I'm using a magnetic plate. This is my Empress die cut machine. Let me line this up the best I can. So all of those images stamp or press plate together. And then the die, it's one die that cuts them out together. All right, now I don't know what I'm doing next. Let's figure that out. So here we have our butterflies. Oh, those are beautiful. Wow, I like those. Are those pretty? The shine. Doesn't that silver just add to it? I don't know if you can see it much. Look at that. Okay, now I gotta think about it. I had the idea of a certain type of gatefold card, but that doesn't mean it'll work. So I could do, actually I think I like this one. Let's see what we can do here. I'd have to do a bigger card for my idea. Oh, no, maybe not. Yeah, okay. Have them kind of come in like this. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so there are our butterflies. Let's see. Ignore me. Jennifer has to think. Jennifer has to overthink. I think I'm going to go with those. Yeah, I love butterflies. The reason I like butterflies is they go with a variety of occasions. You could put any occasion you want to on here. All right, I have to get a piece of cardstock cut real quick. Hang on. Take me just a minute. My big trimmer's over to the side because it's too big for the video. I'll go ahead and get it. I'm using my, you might need to add this mic. I'm using my Tim Holtz rotary trimmer.
That?
Rotary? Mm-hmm. This is my favorite of the trimmers that are out there, but it's so big it doesn't fit in the screen. So I don't often use it in videos, but it's right on my desk over here. So it has, you know, a little special place for it. I really like it. So I'm taking a piece of 8.5 by 11, and I'm cutting it so I have a 5.5 by 11.5, or sorry, 5.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. This card you could definitely do a 5 by 7, but I'm not going to do that. Are there slimline gatefold cards? Yes, there are. I haven't done one. I've done one, but I haven't done one in many years, so I'm not sure what which video that is in, but it's an older one. I have a lot of slimline cards using Pinkfresh products. I know one of them was an easel video. If you search easel on my YouTube channel, there are slimline easel cards too. All right, let me just look and see what I'm doing here, because so 3.5, 1 and 3/4. Okay, we're going to do some score lines. The first one is 1 3/4 inches on one end. All right, 1 3/4 inches. Then I'll rotate and score 1 3/4 inches from the other end. So I have 2 score lines that are 1 3/4 inches in from the ends. Next, I'll do 3.5 inches in. So 3.5 on this side, and then 3.5 from this side. Okay. Now I'll fold in at those 3.5 inch score lines, and then I'll fold back on the others. Make sure this gets lined up nicely. I used heavyweight white cardstock here. This is Neenah Classic Crust Solar White, because it is a nice heavyweight cardstock. I do recommend a heavyweight cardstock for card bases, but you can always add extra supports if you prefer. So here we go. Oh, Brianne found the slimline easel video.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Mike said, well, yeah. All right, so this is just a fun, different type of gatefold. And notice it leaves a gap down the center, okay? That way you can have something that peeks through a little bit. All right, now let's see. I'm gonna put a magnet at the top and the bottom just to hold it flat while I go. Does the trimmer cut through multiple pages at a time? Yes, it does cut through multiple pages. It is a workhorse. I love it. So I can make these kind of overlap that gap in the center, and I can save room somewhere. Actually, I might have this go off the top up here. Save room for sentiment there. So let me get a sentiment out. The original size of this cardstock here, let me go through it again. This is 5.5 by 11 inches, okay? And I did score lines at 1 3/4 inches in, and then at 3.5 inches in from both sides. So this is 1 3/4, 3.5, 1 3/4 in, 3.5 in. And it gives you this. And it gives you that nice gap there, which allows something to show through. I just don't know what yet. So we got butterflies. Let's see, I need a sentiment to go with it. So the butterfly sentiments, I do like the Hello Lovely. Mike, you're gonna do a poll. We're gonna do a poll on a sentiment. Hi, Richard, my friend. Hello Lovely is the first choice. Mike's gonna do a poll, and you guys can vote in the comments or in the top of the chat in a moment. Yeah, we're choosing a sentiment. The first choice is Hello Lovely. Doobie-doo, hold on. I'm gonna pick some options here. I'm just not sure which. We could do Here For You Always, which I think works without the clock, of course. I like that. Or, oh, where did the Beautiful Soul set go? Let's check that one. Okay, let me see. Thank You For Your Kindness. So the choices are Hello Lovely. What was the one from this one? What did I have from here? Nothing. Sorry. Hello Lovely, Here For You Always, or Thank You For Your Kindness. So you can vote. It's at the top of the poll, or top of the chat. It will be a poll. So go ahead and vote, and then I will choose from that, because we need a sentiment. Meanwhile, I'm going to cut some more from scrap cardstock, some more butterflies, so I can have a stacked look. So these scraps that I have from other things, I'll just cut from that. So to vote, just leave it. Oh, wow. I didn't see that coming. Let's hope it fits. I didn't think it would be picked. So thank you for your kindness is winning so far. And that is from the beautiful Soul set. Is the rotary trimmer better than the guillotine? I like both. I'm very particular about my guillotine trimmers. I think the Tim Holtz guillotine trimmer is the best, either the big size or the large or the small size. Either would work great. I'm gonna, let's see. Hold on, let me get some more scrap paper out. Let me think. What was I talking about? I don't know. I think it just depends. Everybody kind of cuts differently. It just depends. Oh, hold on. Pinkfresh Studio said, not sure if the question has been answered, but I just saw someone asked if you can see the Cards for Him event products. Yes, the Cards for Him is an event coming up in May. I have it linked in the YouTube description below. I'm very excited about it because they are cards that can work for masculine style. So there's not floral images, there are other things. If you want to peek at the products used, you can go to the Pinkfresh YouTube channel. Maybe Brianne is here and can add a link to that. But there's also a link to some sneak peeks in the description below. So what did everybody vote? Okay, you all voted for thank you for your kindness. Let's hope it fits. If it doesn't fit, we might have to vote again. Yeah, I like that thank you for your kindness. I'm gonna do the press plate again. So you could do the stamp. Oh wait, is this different? No. No, it's the same. You could either use the press plate for the sentiment or the stamp, and it will still line up with the dies no matter what you do. I'm going to use the press plate because I did a press plate for the butterflies. All right. Let's see here. Okay. I didn't clean that, but whatever. It's okay. I'm going to just take a scrap here. Wipe some of this around here. I have a scrap. It's pretty pathetic looking, but that's okay. Somebody asked about this blue tape. It is Easy C tape. It's probably linked in my description below. It is a highlighter tape that I just think works really well for, here, this for die cutting. It holds in place, but it doesn't tear your paper. All right, so let's ink this up.
Do you want to address this?
No. Okay. The ink holders are, I didn't line that up well. The ink holders are from Inkstand. Oh, Inkstand. It's the Inkstand. It's linked in the description below, and there's a discount code too. Really like them. All right. Yes, press plates can be used for foiling too on the Glimmer machine. And they foil even better than, I did it upside down. Oh, Lord. Press plates actually foil better than foil plates. So a lot of companies are getting rid of like foil plates because you can use a press plate to foil with. Hi, Vay. Hi, Barb. I missed you last weekend, Barb. Okay, let's see if I did it. There we go. Beautiful sentiment. And you could have used the stamp set if you prefer. I'm making a mess today, but here's the thing. After this, I'm going back to the hospital, so I don't have to worry about looking at a mess here. That's my excuse. Yeah, the press plate machine I highly recommend. Yeah, I did it upside down. It happens to us, you know? I foil upside down sometimes too. Whatever. Worst things that can happen. In the comments, let us know if you have a better press and if you love it as much as I do. Because I really think it's great. And more companies are coming out with press plates, and I just think they're fantastic. I've done many press plate videos, and I show other ways to use press plates, even if you don't have a better press. So you can use the press plates in many different ways. Oh. Thank you, Brian. Okay, so let me go through here. Get my, oops, sorry, sentiment. So let's put, I'm gonna hold this down with my magnet. So I've got that fun gatefold. There's a little gap. Oh, I just put a fingerprint on it. I'll sand it off. There's a little gap in the center, which I think is fun.
It's like you've never done this before.
Yeah, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. We know this. Everybody, oh, that might just fit just right. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make it fit. This is gonna hang off the top. Yep. Oh, I love it. Okay, do you see where I'm coming from here? I hope so. Yeah, it is a big purchase, I get it. If you want to invest in a better press system, I think Pinkfresh carries it. Does Pinkfresh carry the better press? I think they do. What else was I gonna do on here? Hang on, I gotta think. Spellbinders often has sales. Like last week they had a sale that would have worked on the better press. So you can often wait for that. Let me think here. What do I wanna do? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I was gonna do a technique, but I don't think that I can pull it off. I don't think I can pull it off on this particular card design. It'll have to be on another card design. Okay. Let me think, what do I want to do there in the center? Hold on. Mike, is there another question while I look for something? Something to use here. How do you keep from getting bored when making multiple cards? Change up the colors. Don't make them all the same color. And change up the sentiments. Those are the best ways to really make sure that you stay fresh. Let's see here. Would this work inside? This is older, but I really like it. How much of it would show through? It's not much, is it? But it could work. Oh, we could offset it. The discount code does not work on blending brushes. The 20% off exclusive is on inks, ink pads. What are the little ink pads called? Mini? The ink cubes? And re-inkers. If you are new to press plates or better press system, get the better press system, and it comes with everything you need except press plates. Pinkfresh has a lot of great press plates. So you can use your own inks and your own cardstock if you want to. Brienne does have ink stands for the Lisa Horton inks. They're available on her website. Here's one right here. Okay. I think I might do this on the inside. I think that would be nice. I got this all inky. I'll have to cover it up. Oh, Patty, yes. Normally I have my inkstand. I have a piece of plastic on it, so I don't get my better press inky, but I unfortunately took that off. Let me put it back on. Let's get that back on. Let me show you what she's talking about, because I'm going to use the better press again.
So the nurse that's watching watched your live for a while.
Did she?
Yep.
So Dad is able to watch.
Yep.
Hi, Dad. I'll be back to annoy you very, very soon, because I'm really good at it. Okay. So the cleaner that they recommend, let me clean this because I made a mess of it. The cleaner they recommend is the archival, like an archive. I actually have a specialty one, but I don't have it. So you can clean this off. I just do that a couple times and it'll come off. But usually right after I use it, I wipe it clean with just water. I mist it with water and a dry cloth. So pretend that's clean. I could continue to clean it better, but I don't want to take the time. I'll take a piece of packaging. This is just inexpensive, or not inexpensive. This is just from a stamp set package. The pocket. I'm taping, I cut a piece off and I just tape it inside, right over the gray. That way, when I get ink off, you know, like on the background, it goes on the clear plastic instead of the gray platform, and it's really easy to wipe away. So now if, like, see, I get ink on it, it stays wet on that acetate and I can just wipe it away very easy. So that's just something else you can do. Okay. So I'm going to do, I don't think I'm going to do this color. I'm going to go with, I wanted to show, oh, I'm getting ink on everything. I think this color would be nice. No, I'm going to go with that. Okay, so I wanted to show you, there are two things. If you like cardstocks, Mike, can you link Spellbinders cardstock? If you like cardstocks, Spellbinders cardstocks are beautiful and they go really well with some of the Pinkfresh inks. So example, this is a coincidence, but Spellbinders and Pinkfresh are friends. This is Pinkfresh Waterfall ink, one of my most used colors, and look how well it looks with the Spellbinders Waterfall ink. Look how well that goes together. This is the hang on, where is it? Seaside. So this is Seaside from Spellbinders. I think I'm going to use this one, but I did want to show you that the Waterfall from Spellbinders goes really nicely with the Waterfall from Pinkfresh. Or from, yeah, Waterfall from Pinkfresh. The Spellbinders cardstocks, by the way, are very smooth, so they're great for foiling and for ink blending. Somebody said I should do light purple. I could do purple instead. Excuse me as I overthink. Let me think. I don't know. How about lavender? Let's see what this one would work. This is lavender from Spellbinders. All right, vote. You ready to vote?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I use... Okay, there's 3 color choices. Should I use Seaside, Lilac, or Waterfall? So these are all Spellbinders cardstock colors. So Seaside, Lilac, or Waterfall. We're going to vote. Seaside, Lilac, Waterfall.
Okay.
And this is just going to show, it's going to only show a little bit. It's only going to show through that hole there right down the center. Okay, so vote on that at the top. While you vote on that, you can see here, look at, see here, let me show you my boogers. Sorry, I shouldn't use that word. My mistakes. See my fingerprints of black ink? This is how I get them off. I use a paper sander. Can you add that to the description? The paper sander. And if you just sand away, you can sand off most of that. Of course, it's right on the edge, which makes it hard to sand, but there we go. This counts as my workout. Because who likes to work out?
What else could they be called?
Sanding block? Look at that.
Yep.
Gone. It's good for fingerprints. Okay, do we have slide?
Yeah.
Lilac. We're going with lilac. I wouldn't have chosen that.
I voted lilac because it's Lila C.
Lila C.
Yep.
Very good. Okay, we're doing lilac.
I always tell her.
I wouldn't have picked it, but I'm here for you all. Okay, but I think it's good. You know what might have been better is that color probably would. This is an old, no, I'm going with lilac. Ignore me. Yeah, that sand eraser is really nice. It's inexpensive. They come a few in a pack. Mike added it to that live page. So if you go in my YouTube description below, at the top it has a link with the word live in it. If you click that link, it'll open to a new page. If you've already done that, you'll just need to refresh the page and that will be added to the supply list, to those thumbnails. Oh, Team Purple is here. I forgot about you all. Team Purple's very loud. Okay, yeah, I could do a lighter purple. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's a good idea. Who said that? This is one of the most unique colors there is. This is Fairy Dust or Fairy Tale? Fairy Tale from Spellbinders. It's like the super light purple. I think I'm going to do that. Or is that too light? I'm going to do the light, and I'm going to do something to it. Sorry. So, this is Spellbinders Fairy Tale. Is that right? I just looked. Fairy Tale. It's a unique color. I have nothing like it. It's super light, and look how nice it works with purples. Libby, you're right. You're not very loud. But some of your other purple friends are. Okay. No, I like purple. My room growing up was purple. Lila was into purple. Her room was purple for a long time too. Okay, so this is the Fairy Tale. It's super light purple. I could do some ink blending on it if I wanted to make it darker. But I think the light will be better for what I'm doing. So, let me think here. I took a sheet and I scored it right in half. Sue, I'm going to add to it. Don't worry. Everybody likes the darker more. I'm going to go with the light. Just trust me. I can fail. I'm allowed to fail. Okay, so I'm going to cut this to be 4 inches wide. So it's 5.5, like normal, but 4 inches wide. So it's a little narrow. And this is going to fit right in here. Okay, so, I'm going to cut, oh, never mind. This is 4 inches wide. Ignore me. The way I folded that ends up being 4 inches wide. So I cut this to be 5.5 by 3 3/4. And this will go nicely in there. So when it closes, you'll see a bit of purple through the center. I hear you saying it's too light, but I'm going to add to it. Okay? It is light, but I think it will just work well. People are getting mad at me, Mike.
Mad at you. I don't like pastel colors.
Mike's mad at me. Whatever. You know, I think everybody will be mad at me. Okay, so I'm putting a little tape in there to close that. Where's the top of this? The light will be pretty. I'm going to put stuff on it. I'm putting a little bit of, I don't want to use tape to tape this in place because, hold on. I don't want to block any of it, but I'm kind of centering that. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm kind of centering that in these tick marks here, okay? Then I'm going to take this. Mike, can you add this to list? It's the stippled plaid.
Okay.
Stippled plaid, and that's going to, I just threw that at him. Mike and I are sick of each other because we've been in the same small room constantly. Okay. I'm going to put that right in the center. So this is centered, this is centered. So on here, I need a super light purple. I'm going to take this sheer color. You see what color? Yeah, that'll be pretty. We're going to do that. It's like a purplish blue color. And we're going to ink this up. Fuzz, fuzz. So I'm just kind of lightly dragging over it and then just lightly tapping. Really, this is really forgiving. You don't have to get it perfectly inked, but I am trying to not press too hard to get it in the background. Put this on here. It just snaps on with magnets. Sorry, I'm starting to lose it. Keep in mind, this is a double piece of paper. It's a folded note card, so it's really thick going through, but it will be fine. And look at that. Look at the detail, folks. Isn't that funny? See, I think that's pretty. Let me see. Look at this. I like that. See why I did it? See why I did it? Now I could offset it and do more plaid, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I might add something else. Let's see. Isn't that pretty? That is a great press plate. I did a bunch of videos. Bran, are you still here? Can you scroll? If Bran's still here, she can show. I did.
Better be here.
I did a video with lots of the stippled. She might have a hard time finding it because I don't think I have it on my blog yet. I don't know. It was one of my Pinkfresh press plate videos. But since it's so thick that I put it through there, you can actually see it pressed on the inside too. Isn't that cool? So I think that would look pretty showing through. But I could add some stamping to it. I think, yeah, I'm going to add some stamping to it. I don't know what, but let's decide. This is where Jennifer messes it up. Do you think I will, Mike?
No, it's not great.
I think it'd be fun to stamp this over that plaid. If it doesn't work, guess what I'll do? I'll start over. I could do the press plate. This is the Plumeria. I could do the press plate over it, but instead I'm going to stamp. Just to show you can mix. Oh, this is my Misty. Inside, gosh, everything is sticking and hooking. I'm falling apart at the seams, Mike. I am only going to get to do one card today.
Sorry.
But I can do the other one next time. Next time I do a Pinkfresh video. This is the Misty stamping tool, and in it I have the Gina K, I don't remember what she calls this, double background stamp. If you look, it's a giant stamp. So you've got one pattern up here, one pattern here, which you can just stamp with normally, or the back side is smooth and you can use it as a grip mat. That's what I've got here. So let's see, I just took all that adhesive off, but I'm putting it back in. Okay, I need to clean this stamp off because I used black on it before. Hang on. Other questions? Bye, Richard. You're gonna go sing. Richard, I didn't know you sang. Did I know you sang? Richard, when Richard lived in Florida and there was a hurricane, I tried to get him to come move in with me and we would just craft all the time. But he didn't. He didn't.
You have to heat set Lisa Horton.
Lisa Horton inks, you can, I think it's probably good to heat set them, just so you don't smear them. You know, this would be pretty stamped with silver. I'm gonna go bold. I think I might regret it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. All right, I'm gonna try this. No, I don't know, what do you think? Yeah, I'm gonna do silver. So I'm using the silver ink that I used on the butterflies, and I'm gonna stamp that over. So this was Better Press. Somebody asked about this earlier. If you could do the stamping over the Better Press, and you can. You can ink blend over it. So I'm stamping silver ink on top. Now the silver is a light silver, and my cardstock's a light cardstock. So it's gonna be kind of subtle, but that's what I wanted. I like it. I've mentioned this in lives before. I'm really into layering different patterns and textures. And that's what I'm doing here. So now I'm gonna try to line this up. I'm gonna rotate this way. So I'm gonna cover this whole background the best that I can. All right, Mike, hit me up with some questions.
Right.
Wonder
Can you ink blend well on cotton paper?
Yeah, you can ink blend on cotton paper. It's just not going to be as smooth. It's kind of like if you tried to ink blend on watercolor paper. It's not going to be as smooth as using, the smoother your cardstock, the better the blend. That's why I like the Spellbinders colored cardstock, because it's smooth. Double layer of purple. Question, do the double layer of purple on the inside.
Oh, I think it was just kind of
Oh, okay.
suggestion. Yeah.
That'll overlap, but that's okay. Trying to start my Better Press collection. What are your go-tos? I will say that stipple one that I used just now is a great one. I use that one a lot. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. Some of the shapes, like Pinkfresh has, let me show you. So the essential ovals that I showed you earlier, which I'm not going to end up using, I promised I would, but the essential ovals, this is the double stitch essential oval from, double stitch elongated oval from Pinkfresh. This is double stitch. This is more like a little hatch, I guess. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the same size, just a different pattern. Then they have solid ovals, and these all line up very nicely together. And then there are oval press plates. So you can do the oval press plate, like, so it'd be a pressed frame, and then the die to cut it out. So I do like the shapes too. But really background ones I think are a great place to start. I'm making such a mess. I'm big on the ovals too. Yeah, I didn't do an oval. I said I was going to and I didn't. I'll use it in the future. It's going to be on my cabinet door, so I will know to use it. So So I'm just moving this around in different positions to stamp this repeatedly over the whole thing. Not doing a great job, but I'm getting it done. Why do the double layer for purple? I'll show you the double layer in a minute. I'll show you why this is folded. This is a note card. So see, it's a note card. The reason I'm doing that is the card itself, where's my eraser? The card itself has a crack down the center, a seam, and I don't want the words that I write on the inside of the card to show through that gap. So I'll show you here. Oh, I love that. I'll show you right now. Zoink, just putting some adhesive on the back of it. It's going to go inside of here. So now, oh, for pity's sake. Sorry, count my grays. Okay, so now it'll stand up, right? And when you look through, you see that pattern. But when you open it, you can write your personal message in here and nobody's going to see on the inside. Okay, there we go. All right, so now, let me think about this. I think I want that to go up there. And then, ruh-roh. One of the butterflies I wanted to use flew away. Crud. What'd I do with it, Mike? Yeah. Well, I could use this other one, but I like the three going in the different directions. Dang it. Hang on. Let me look underneath. Usually it's underneath my die cut machine. Anybody see where it went? No. I don't know where it went. Oh well, I'll use the other butterfly. Dang. I think in all my controversy, yeah, I do want that other one. I may finish it off because I wanted this one flying in.
Somebody said your grays are a crown of glory.
The grays are a crown of glory. I'm not covering them up. I'm proud of them. I get why people want to, but I just don't, I don't know. I think I'm lazy. I think that's what it is. I'm going to have to create another one because I lost it. Darn. It's got to be there somewhere. It is. It is. It's here somewhere. I just don't know where. And I could spend forever looking, or I can just do another one. And then it'll show up as soon as the live is over. Hey, Mike, can you look around here while I glue these together? So, it's a butterfly. It's this butterfly right here.
Oh,
it's colored. No, it's colored, like these. He's gonna look, but I'm sure I swept it away somewhere. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm stacking die cuts. The reason I'm stacking is they're gonna hang off the edge, and if I have something hanging off the edge, I wanna make sure that it's strong. So I cut these from scrap cardstock. I keep any mess up scrap cardstock stuck to the stamp set that you used. On the Plumeria. For pity's sake. This is what happens. I told you I was gonna have issues. He's gonna look. Okay, anyway, I'm doubling up die cuts so that they're nice and strong, and because they're going to be hanging off. Okay, I missed that. I got a text from Jody. Is it with the sentiment inside the cleaning cloth? Nope. This has never happened to me where I just completely can't find something, but I guess it was bound to. So I'm just stacking these up so that they're stronger and they'll have dimension. That's just my jam. I like to do that, but you definitely don't have to. Now another thing, if I did this again, I might stamp that floral in a light purple on the background here too, but I didn't think of it at the time. So like that one will go up there. Let's put another die cut on the back of this one. So like this was scrap mess up cardstock. Oh, bottom of the Misty. That's a good idea. I'll look at that. Is it on the bottom of the Misty? Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Everything's a nope.
Flew away.
I'm just gonna finish one real quick. I'm just gonna do it quick. Sorry, guys. It's you know, kind of part of the day. I'm just gonna do it really quick. Now I gotta find the stencils. I will find it later. It'll fall out of my pajamas.
That's a good one.
That's funny. I'm actually not wearing pajamas today because I just came directly from the hospital. So I actually had real clothes on, which is kind of funny for me. Not used to doing that. Yeah, I have to do laundry more often now because I don't usually wear clothes that go outside. Yeah, as soon as yeah, it's not in the cardstock. As soon as I make this one, I'll find it. But that's okay. I can play. Mike, questions? I'll answer some questions while I do this butterfly.
When I ink up a better press plate with dye, the ink gets on the base of the letterpress, which transfers to the paper.
Okay. So when you ink up your better press plates, I think you saw me just do the stipple one. On the stipple, that stipple plaid, what I recommend doing is I noticed I kind of dragged my ink pad lightly over it and then lightly kind of tapped it. You don't want to press too hard or it'll go through to the background where you don't want it. But if you're really, really careful, you definitely can just kind of drag the ink pad. If you rewind this live and watch how I inked up my press plate, that plaid one, you'll be able to get an idea of how to just carefully get it on the raised areas only. If you find where did the other, goodness gracious. If you find that you got some ink, oh my gosh, I'm a mess today. If you find you get some ink on the background of the press plate, you can also just wipe that off before you run it through. So you don't have to leave it there. You can kind of wipe it away. But if you're careful, you saw like with what I did, you don't have to get it on there. I have best plate. Okay, so somebody said they bought a better press and they want to know if they should invest in a glimmer machine. Here's the thing, if you have a better press system and press plates, you can use those press plates on your glimmer machine. They foil beautifully. So if you have lots of press plates and you want to get more use from them, by all means, get the foil machine. Maybe wait until one is on sale. I think that would be a great option. And then you can extend the life of your press plates. You can use press plates on the glimmer machine to foil, but you cannot use foil plates on a better press. It's a one-way street. Yeah, I lost that butterfly. It's okay. I'll find them later and I can make another card because I'll have 2 leftover butterflies then. Have I used rice paper for backgrounds? I haven't. I should. All right. So there we go. That's good enough. Oh, we need to do the silver. Oh, gosh, that's pretty. I'll do the silver detail. Again, when I use silver, I don't know where the ink stand went. When I use silver, I like to use a mini ink blending or a tiny ink blending tool from Tim Holtz. I find pigment inks I apply better if I use a foam applicator as opposed to a brush, but you could do whatever you want. I tossed it to the right. Somebody probably went back and looked, and I'm going to find it right now then. Let me just go ahead and cut this one. Now I got to find the die. Yeah, if you use a better press plate, if you use a press plate like that stipple one on your glimmer machine, you use it exactly as you would use a foil plate. It's done in the same way, but something about it, something about how the material press plates are made from, it actually foils even better than a foil plate in most cases. So if you get a press plate with great detail, it'll here it is.
Where was it?
To the right, like somebody said.
Yeah.
Dang it. If you have a very detailed better press plate, it will foil very detailed. I've done many videos on that. I will, if Brianne's here, she can link to my better press videos. In fact, I did, let's see. If you go to my lives, here, let me find it, because it's worth, I think it's worth checking out. Hang on, I'm looking. If you look at this live, I'll put it in the chat. It's my live replay titled Explore Products. Find my chat. I'll put it right there. That video shows many ways that you can do press plates with foil. So you'll see that. Sorry. I told y'all I would be a little frazzled today. That's just the way it goes. Lack of sleep. I didn't eat lunch either. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now let's add these. Oh, I need this guy. Do I have that die anymore? Probably not. I don't think I do. That I will never find. Okay, so pretend this has some added dimension to it. I'll probably add some later. Okay. Jennifer is a hot mess. Okay, I think that one will go there. So I think this one I'm going to have kind of hang off the top, and I'll put it into an A6 envelope so that it'll still fit. A6 envelopes are a little bit bigger than A2 envelopes. Don't worry, I'm taking care of myself. My friend Heather, she is bringing over dinner for us. So we'll go back to the hospital and eat it there. Okay, so this one I'm going to put over here. So this one got glued to this flap, this white flap. I will show you what you can do about the inside being bumpy. Somebody asked about that. I think I like that kind of hanging over that edge there. There we go. These are magnets that help to hold things in place as they dry. I work on a glass magnetic work surface. Yeah. No. Hold please. This guy needs to go higher. There we go. And this will go here, and this will go there. There. That's it. Sorry. I have to think. Chance you can link the very first live I did. Oh gosh.
Yep.
Mike will do it. Yeah, I was a nervous wreck.
Oh yeah.
For Mike wanted for so long for me to do lives, and I waited because I wasn't comfortable with it, and then now I'm like, why didn't I do that earlier? I regret not doing it earlier. There we go. So that fits right into that nook right there. I will glue this down with temporary adhesive. When I find the die for this, I'll cut more for a shadow. Oh, look at that. That fits right there. Okay. So there we go. Isn't that fun? So it's just a fun gatefold card. Now, there is texture here on the inside. I'll show you what you can do about that. Yes, these magnets are very, very strong. Very strong. So A2 is bigger than, I'm sorry, I might have said it wrong. An A6 envelope is bigger than an A2 envelope. So an A6 card size is usually 4.5 by 6 1/4, which is bigger than an A2. So the envelope is a little bit bigger. Let's see, let's do 3.5. So I'm cutting a piece that is 3.5 by 5 1/4. And I can glue that right in there. And that gives us a nice smooth place to write our greeting or a message. You could stamp a greeting in here. In fact, you know what would be pretty is, put that in there. I could do this right here. And then there's space to write a personal message. On top of here, you could take like, this would be nice. Like, hope to see you soon. You could stamp on a little rectangle and put right on top of the butterfly, or stamp it right below it, or stamp it next to it. could have this up here and have a sentiment here. So you could add something in here too. All right. And that's a nice thing about having that extra one. But now, look at that. Now I need some bling. I need some bling. Okay. And this will stand nicely. You can, this is curved because of the pressure I put on it, but once it's in the envelope, it won't have that. You could also, sometimes I will put like the butterfly going across the gap more so you can hide a sentiment in here behind it, but I didn't do that today. But I do need bling. I'm going to use some Pinkfresh gems. Hold please, let me find some. Mike, are there any questions while I look? Purple would be pretty because everybody's into purple. Let's do purple. I am using, because everybody's into purple today, these are Pinkfresh Amethyst Glitter Drops. I really like Pinkfresh embellishments because they are actually, these are clear gemstones with purple, with glitter in them. So let's see, focus. See how they're very glittery? So they're clear gemstones with colored glitter inside, and they come in a bunch of different colors. They even have some that are ombre. But I'm going to scatter purple because everybody's digging purple today. Let's see, I'm gonna do quite a few. I'm gonna go overboard. How's that? Do you need to be careful not to use a magnetic mat too close to your computer? I don't know. I've never worried about it.
I would say probably not, unless it's like right on top of it, but even then, probably not.
I don't know. You can ask them.
That's a good question.
You can ask them. I've put my computer on here, but I haven't put it against one of these magnets. Oh, good question. So I'm scattering. I usually do like a visual triangle. So two close together. Is the front staying white? Yeah. And then one off. So it's kind of like a little triangle, but I want them scattered all along. So I think I'll do 1, 2, 3 down here, and then we'll get one at the top. And I like to do the different sizes. And then overthinking, and then I'll put one up here. Let's see, drink. There we go. All right. So you could, if you would prefer, you could make the flaps, like another great option would have been to do this light purple for the card base and do the dark purple on the inside. There you go. Isn't that fun? Just something different. And here I have the better press texture. It's gonna be hard to see. See how there's texture to that better press plate, the plaid? And then you have the metallic shine of the stamping that we did on top. It's just a fun way to combine things. I didn't use a heat tool on this because it just isn't much ink and it'll dry on its own. But I do need, oop, move that. I do need to find, see how this is dainty hanging off here? So I want to go back and add additional die cuts behind this once I find that die. You know, it's here somewhere. Aha, guess what I found? So I just have some scraps here that I'll cut a couple of them from. Yeah, I like the fairy tale. I think the fairy tale, I could have done, let me show you what it would look like. I think it would be pretty to do the like lilac in there. You definitely could. Maybe it'd be nicer, but I felt like it was less contrast, and so the butterflies stand out more. But you could, by all means, have done the lilac. I wanted the subtle. I don't know why. Because I feel like I wanted the light color in there because the butterflies are so bold, but totally up to you. All right, so this will give me, make that thank you greeting hang off better. Now I didn't get to do that second gatefold, but I will do that in another live because it's using those essential ovals. Just another fun form of gatefold. I like gatefold cards because they open different than store-bought. I get tired of of the same, you know, and I like to do things that are different so that it looks more handmade. Let me see, it's right there, okay. So I'm only putting adhesive on the back's right side of this. So like there. Look at that. Maybe I was in more. I think I was in more like there. Let me see, make sure that's, but I didn't put adhesive on this side because it's hanging there. There we go, that's what I want. So now I gotta put something heavy on that while it dries. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, you definitely, here I'll show you. So purple would have looked great in there, the lilac. Maybe that would be better, I don't know. But the fairy tale was subtle. So if I would have done, let me go ahead and tell you, if I would have done this color on the inside, when I did the press plate of that plaid, the stipple plaid press plate, this one, I would have used white pigment ink on this so that I would press a white, like a very, it would be a very light white, subtle white plaid on the darker color. If I would have done white on this light purple, it wouldn't have shown up. But if you did white pigment ink with this on this Spellbinders lilac, it would have shown up. And then I probably would have stamped the flowers in either the white also or the silver. And by the way, you can use those pigment inks, those like the silver metallic ink, on a press plate. You definitely can. I'm losing everything at this point. Okay, so here we go. There, my gem fell off already. Let me put it back. And this guy moved. There we go. So now see how he's stronger? Because I doubled him up. There we go. And then you have the texture and the pattern on the inside. Open it up. And you can write or stamp or put the extra butterfly in there if you wanted to. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Something different. Gotta love something different. So there you go. You helped me pick the colors. I know I didn't have you help me do the technique because I was afraid if I knew I could do the gatefold really easily going live when I'm frazzled. And so I just went with it. But I can tell you the other thing that I was going to do. I won't be able to do it today. Let me show you what I was thinking of doing for the other gatefold card. And this will flatten kind of down when it's been in an envelope for a bit, or you can put something heavy on it. So if the other gatefold card I was thinking of would be a little weird, not weird, different. Weird in a good way. It would be 2 oval flaps. So this would be, I'm just going to give you an explanation. You could always try it, but I will try it in a future live. So for this, the other gatefold card idea, you could have a top folding card, okay? Then I would take probably 2 different size ovals. Maybe the big one and then this one. And I would die cut them and have them be flaps. I'll show you. I'm not going to make the card, but I'm going to show you how the flaps work because that's just, I can't leave you hanging on that because I was really excited about the idea. Can you use the Better Press plate with regular embossing? Yes, you can use a press plate to make an impression with your embossing mat, and I show that in the live that I linked before. I will, I just added it to the chat. I showed how to do that. Okay, let me show you this. Okay, so this is I mean, you could do 1 flap or 2. What made me think of this, my cutting plates were dirty from my other ink. What made me think of this is I did a video on Spellbinders channel a couple weeks ago, and I made like a little, it was a flap on the front of the card. But I thought it'd be fun to do 2. So let's see. I did 1 big oval, and I'll just score it like, we'll score it at 3.5. You can play around with it. And then fold there. Then, I'll use liquid adhesive. Put adhesive on that flap and tuck it behind like this so it wraps around, okay? So you open those flaps to open the card. You scroll it. And then we'll do the same thing on this one. Let's do this one at 3. You could make the ovals the same size. This one goes up here, and they kind of overlap. So it's kind of like giving it a hug. And then the card opens that way. And then you can decorate these however you want. I would then take just a plain piece of cardstock and glue it on the back so those flaps are covered and the back is nice and smooth. Then you can add anything you want on here. The butterflies would be fun, kind of scattered on them. I was thinking of doing like a resist on the background with the flowers, then keep these so it would be colored background, and then these would be white with butterflies on them. So I will do, this is easy. You could do this with circles or rectangles or diamond, any kind of size you want. But I really like the detail of these. So I will do that in a future video. I did get marks on here, so all I would have to do is use my sanding block to get that off. This works if you get like fingerprints. If you get deep ink into it that's really absorbed into the paper, this won't work. There we go. All right, so that was the other one I was gonna do, but I ran out of time. It's 5 o'clock. I said I was gonna go live for 2 hours, so there you have it.
Gina's here.
Who is?
Gina.
Gina's here. Gina's here? Gina. Gina. Gina, this is funny because Gina, the card that I did today was inspired by a card that I did when I taught a class with you. It was this one. Remember that, Gina? It was from a class we did at Simon Says Stamp Create. And I found it in my stash and I thought, I need to do a spin on that. So on this one I did some striped stenciling down the center and these butterflies just fit together. So it's the same concept. There we go. Gina's here. Gina, I love you. Gina is going live tonight. She will be live tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll be there. Probably make my dad watch her too. So remember that. Okay, so let's think here. What were we talking about? Do I remember the measurements of the this gatefold card? Mm-hmm. So for this one, this white piece is 11 by 5.5. Then I did a score line at 1 3/4 from both ends. Then 3.5 from both ends. And that is the basic gatefold. The note card in the middle is 5.5 inches tall and 3 3/4 inches wide. I will, Gina. There we go. And you got this, the shine of that pink, or the metallic ink. Can't really see it in the video, but it's there. Yeah, just something fun. Just something fun. Many variations that you can do with this using whatever products you want. All right. And just to remind you, the exclusive code is for 20% off their Pinkfresh ink pads, re-inkers, and ink cubes. Then she also has 25% off standalone stencils. She has clearance products at like 75% off and a free gift with any order. And they're big dies. And you get to choose. There's 2 different options. And when you go to checkout, they will have 2 different options pop up that you can choose from. And they're not cheap dies, they're big. I mean, they're slimline size. But you could use, in fact, here's an idea. Remember this one I just showed you? Where the ovals wrap around? If you were to get one of those slimline diagonal dies for free, the information's in the description below, you could use the end of that to make a flap here and make a flap up here. And just have those 2 kind of rectangle ends wrap around. So that's something you could do with that free gift. So even if you don't make slimline size cards, you could definitely use a slimline die on a non-slimline card. And those are free with any order, and while supplies last and through I think the 21st. So all of that is in the top of the YouTube description below. Also, there is a link right at the top that has the word live in it. Click that and everything will be there, even the things we added as we went. Is that it?
That's it. Thank you everybody for the donations.
Yes. Oh, do you know how much?
I had to add it up, but it's probably around 1,200 or so.
So Mike is thinking, I didn't even know. So the the magnets are Glassboard Studio. There's a code in the description below too. For all of those of you who donated in the super chats for gifts for nurses, Mike thinks that he's got to add it up, but it's like 1,200. So I will make sure I do something special for them in addition to what I had planned. Maybe I do a gift card for each of them and a handmade card. I don't know.
know.
We'll let you know. Whatever I do, I'll tell you in the next live. But I got to do it. I want to do it soon because they deserve it. So I appreciate your generosity. Right now, that's a good way to spread some love. Let's see. Trying to think of anything else. I think that's it. And thank you for sticking with me, giving me some grace today. I had planned on going live Thursday from 2 to 4 also. We'll see how things go. I might do that again. And if I do, it'd probably be kind of like this. So if you like kind of voting, it's kind of fun to do. I also have to just do some odds and ends stuff when I get time this week. So I don't think I can do much other than that. What does Lila call my dad? Oh, Lila calls my dad Pa. So Pa. I call him Pa all the time now too. So it's Gran and Pa. If you follow me on Instagram, hashtag live like Gran is because my mom is a free spirit, loves life. And so every once in a while, like I'll post a picture of her doing something fun and with the hashtag live like Gran. So good people, good people. I think that's it. Thank you very, very much for being here for me today. I needed some creative therapy and I thank you for being here. If you are looking for any of the products I used today, they're linked below in my YouTube description. It's all there. And I guess I'll see you in another live, hopefully Thursday at 3 o'clock. If not, I will let you know over on my social media. Thanks for being here.